Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Breeze, Breezeway Productions The Breeze, where we are happy to continue our coverage of this year's Slamdance Film Festival. We are excited to bring you an amazing international film, which was accepted into this year's film festival from Lithuania. The film is called Isaac, and today we are joined by director, writer, editor, hold on one second, Jurgis Matulevičius and Saulė Bliuvaitė. Did I say that right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, I'm doing my best, but let's talk a little bit about Isaac. So who would like to tell us a little bit about like a quick synopsis about the film?
Yeah, so maybe I will tell. So Isaac, the film discusses themes of guilt, friendship, love, regret, and self-liberation in the difficult historical context of the Holocaust and post-war Soviet era in Lithuania. Yeah. That will be like a short synopsis, yeah.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed the film. I was able to catch it the other day. A wonderful full-length feature, which is in black and white and in color. And I got to talk first about the opening sequence. The first 7 minutes, which seems like a very long, is that one long tracking shot through the whole thing?
Yeah, it's actually it's 8 minutes. Yeah,
8 minutes.
It's one long tracking shot. We were preparing for it for 2 days, maybe. Yeah, and then we shot it in 1 day. We had, I think, around 20 takes, 28-minute takes. Yeah, there was lots of people, around 200 or 250 extras, and then I don't know, horses, pigs,
motorcycles, flaming tanks.
Motorcycles, yeah.
Gunshots and army people
flames.
Pushing. Wow.
Yeah, and some special effects, real-time special effects. So we had like 5 directors, my friends, who helped me to direct this scene. They all had their groups of people and directed them. Yeah, so it was tough, but it was a real pleasure to do this scene because it's we kind of relived it together with the people who reenacted the massacre. So yeah, it was
right.
It was tough psychologically, but yeah.
Sure.
And actually, it was the very first scene that we shot of this film.
For the movie, so you started with the first sequence?
We started with this sequence.
Okay, so this is a very, I guess, a dear part of history for what happened in Lithuania at that time. So Saulė, as the writer of it, could you tell me a little bit more about the historical context? Because later on in the film, it goes into the future after the events that happened, where they're going to be making a movie about this incident. So it seems to be a very historical event that happened. Can we talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, actually, this event happened in the town which I was born in. And in 1941, when the Nazis came to Lithuania and the Nazi occupation started, in the times of Second World War II, some Lithuanians actually believed the propaganda, the Nazi propaganda, that Hitler told people that he would save Lithuania from the Soviets. And so they believed him, and, they believed all the propaganda against Jews. There was a lot of propaganda that a lot of Jews, they're part of the Soviet regime. And so people actually got really confused with all this information from the one side, from the Soviet side, from the Germany, from Nazi Germany. So yeah, and it was the event which I think our nation is ashamed of, really.
Yeah.
Where Lithuanians participated, along with Nazis, but they participated in killing, their own neighbors, the people from their neighborhood, which were Jewish. So yeah, I think it's a very dark page of our history.
Was there like a narrative movie that was made about it actually in history? Like, oh, we lost Jurgis. Was there a movie that was made?
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
In real life that about that, because I know you're making a movie of them making a movie. Was there a movie that was actually made about it?
No. Isaac is a short story by Lithuanian writer, a Lithuanian exile, Antanas Škėma. He lived in USA, and so this film is it's actually partly based on his short story. Yeah, and well, we had films about 1941 till 1944, the Nazi occupation and the ghettos. So yeah, one film is called I think the Ghetto by Algimantas Puipa, Lithuanian director, who was my teacher as well. Yeah, and yeah, so we had some before, but yeah.
Yeah, if I can say something, well, you know, in the Soviet times, a lot of films were made about Nazis because Soviets just loved this topic, you know, and how Nazis occupied Lithuania and what they did. So people while Lithuania was in Soviet Union, it was a lot of films about Nazis, but never about you know, about the both regimes and about you know, people who participated, and you know, they weren't making films where everything was so difficult as it was for real. We're just making films that, you know, Nazis are bad and Soviets saved the day, and that's it. So
No, there are many times when I was watching this movie where the Russians are always watching and they're always listening and they're always following you around, and they'll come to your movie set and put you in a car.
Yeah, because you know, in this film we are talking about, you know, two totalitarian regimes and how people relived them both, and it was very difficult psychologically for them to stay sane, you know, because you were always listened to, you were followed, you lived in distress, and yeah, that's a very difficult period for our parents, grandparents,
Right.
and so yeah, and yeah.
It was very interesting to learn more about the culture and the history. I wasn't aware of this event that had happened, so it was illuminating to me also to learn more about Lithuanian culture, the way that it was then and the way that it was during the Soviet era. So I was very interested and engaged, also being of Jewish descent, to see this story unfold, because I didn't know about the incidents that were happening in Lithuania during this time. I mentioned before we started rolling on the interview that if you had so many people that were involved in this, it felt like the entire country of Lithuania was working on this project. Did you go into different towns and then say that you were making this movie and people were excited to be a part of it, so you can create these scenes like the boat coming into to the country and the welcoming of the director, to the beginning sequence with all of the people in the town, the bar scenes, all of that stuff? Were they just ready to work on the movie with you guys?
Yeah, well, we had I think free casting directors who were searching for the people, well, in the streets, because I really like, you know, the real face, and for that face to have some kind of trauma, or you know, or some kind of mark of life. So yeah, and people were excited, you know, in the port scene. Yeah, well. It's the city of Klaipėda, the port city of Lithuania. So the people, yeah, were they were very happy that we're filming this film here, you know, and the other scenes in the bar and the first scene. So we took homeless people from the streets, you know, yeah, and well, Saulė can tell a funny story, I think, about these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, we hired a lot of people from the streets, as Jurgis said, because they were actually excited to work in a film. You know,
Sure.
we for sure we paid them. You know, they were really excited about this way of making money, just appearing, appearing in the film. So yeah, they came to every scene where we needed extras. And during the first scene of the massacre, some people got tired. It was a really hot day. So they got tired of this very, very long shooting day. And some people just ran away. And they ran away with the costumes from the 1941. And we heard some friends of us say that because we shot at the area where those people hang out, you know, near the grocery stores and so on. So they actually, a lot of people were just wearing these clothes from 1941. And if you go to the
kind
to
of
the
sticking
market
out
there,
a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, so you just went to 1941. You know?
Wow. Well, I really enjoyed the film. It was a wonderful adventure that was filled with love and betrayal, and the showcasing of history of what happened in the Lithuanian towns which you were born and raised in. So you're able to tell this story, and I was very illuminated to learn more about Lithuanian culture. So congratulations again on being accepted to the Slamdance Film Festival. In closing, is there anything you'd like to say to the Slamdance organization?
Well, to the Slamdance organization, we want to thank them so much that they chose our film, and it's a real honor to be a first Lithuanian film in this festival.
Hey,
So
nice.
yeah, so yeah,
That's
we're
great.
carry our country's flag. So yeah, and we feel very strong with our movie. We love it, and I hope that the viewers will love it as well.
I thought it was absolutely excellent. I will say that I very much enjoyed it, and it was quite an experience to watch and learn. Beautifully shot and directed and written as well. So again, thank you so much for joining me. You can check out the film at the Slamdance Film Festival, which is going to be screening this week, February. $10, all access pass, hundreds of movies, amazing things to see. So definitely go online and check it out and support independent filmmakers from around the world. And today we're focusing on Lithuania with their film Isaac, which is screening at Slamdance. So again, I want to thank both of you for joining me. I'm going to go through the names and I'll say them slowly. Jurgis Matulevičius and Saulė Bliuvaitė. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for speaking with me today, and I'll see you next time on The Breeze.
Bye.